Welcome back everybody to another No More Future, and hopefully subscribe, like, comment, share to friends and loved ones to support this channel. But other than that, let's get back to this game. If you want to watch this video, simply comment down below, dislike it, I get it, or watch my other videos. You have all those options, but no problemo. Let's get back to the game. Wow, really, that's like me. Two time going back to the game. Third time actually. I guess that makes sense, I think. Just don't go too far is all, okay? Don't let your weird ideas get in the way of our relationships. Okay, we are recording. I thought we weren't. God knows I'm already paranoid enough for us both. That's alright. I'll keep them to myself from now on, unless I think I might be onto something. And then what? And then we can panic together. You're glad that Apollo can't hear your collective laughter in your head, else he'd probably start thinking you're a weirdo. It's good that Natalie's always looking for ways to help you relax, even when talking about serious topics like these. And so for the background noise, lots of barking, lots of vroom vroom, cars. You're really glad that you have a friend like her always by your side. Hey, sorry for taking a while. I couldn't remember where I'd put my box. The lamb comes rushing out of the kitchen holding a common shopping bag. Inside it lie a plethora of plastic containers, no doubt full to the brim with all sorts of delicacies. Delicioso. It's alright, don't worry. What's in it, if I may ask? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? A little bit of everything, really. Some leftover spaghetti and meatballs from yesterday, and a few rice balls with tuna and spicy mayo I made for breakfast. A couscous with rocket salad, ricotta cheese, and crispy bacon bits that I had to try and make at some point. A slice of leftover homemade such. Oh my god, that needs to go like today. Oh, sorry for the background noise. I know, everybody, calm down. Hurts your ears. Hurts my ears as well while recording. Pretty much makes me go huffing and puffing and mad, Oh, and of course, a fresh bottle of water. Can't forget that. You lost him at the rice balls, truth be told. Is there really no end to the young lamb's cooking prowess? Man's just flexing right now. I get it. Where his friend wants to show off a little. I'm impressed, not gonna lie. That's really impressive. What? The water? That's just a regular store-bought bottle, though. Apollo, I meant the food. The food is really impressive. Oh! Once more, the youthful sheep seems to fall from the clouds and right into your lap, his cheeks growing redder as he always realizes you're complimenting him. Seriously, did you cook all that yourself? That's amazing. It's nothing really, it's just a bunch of leftovers and the occasional odd experiment in the kitchen. Still, that's much better than any lunchbox I ever got. Hell, I think most people's lunchboxes never even got close to these levels of care and effort. Definitely a bit more effort than most people do. Are you sure you're studying medicine and stuff? At this rate, you might just become a restaurant chef before you know it. Oh dear, I really appreciate your compliments, but I'm really not that good. You could probably compliment and take notes from the exceedingly talented lamb the entire day, but you feel that you've said enough for the time being. After all, you have a job to do. Well, I guess I gotta deliver this to Daphne sooner or later. Could you pass me her workplace's address? Upon hearing your question, Apollo recovers some of his composure as he fiddles with his pockets with his free hand. Sure, hold on a moment. I got it on my phone, but... Ah, there it is. After a brief delay, sorry for the background noise, there's a... whooshing down the road. He finally notices his phone lying on the counter, and there's a dog barking in the background. Oh, there we go. It becomes louder and louder. Oh, yep. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for that, for the barking sound. It's a pretty standard model, but the back is decorated with all sorts of cute stickers and accessories. It kind of looks like one of those colorful surfaces for rock climbing, in a way. However, as he makes as if to reach for... Alright, that's it. Alright, welcome back. Finally, it's still there, but I've closed pretty much all doors and windows for my part. However, as he makes as if to reach for it, a sudden realization hits him like a truck. Alright, all my stuff got totaled. I totally forgot about that. The EMP? Right. For a second, you almost forgot about that too. Now that I think about it, sorry for the rocking chair, this means I can't tell Daphne about what happened to our place either. That's alright, I'll tell her myself when I give her the food. Sorry for the rocking noise, man. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Now, about her address. How about you write it down somewhere just to be safe? Write it down? The lamb looks at you like you just spoke in a dead language. Yeah, don't you have any pens or papers lying around somewhere? Can't say we do, no. Do you? Now that you think about it, you never knew of other families besides your own that stocked up on pens and papers on the regular. It was probably a little presumptuous of you to expect Apollo to have any. He probably hasn't written anything himself since he last went to school. You know you haven't. It's possible there might be some hidden somewhere over at your place, however, you don't presently have the means to go back there without incurring Jasper's wrath. Seeing as though you aren't going to answer his query at any time soon, Apollo speaks up. Anyway, if I recall correctly, Daphne works at the Blue Cloth over at Freeview Street. It's like a low-end brunch place or something. It's not too far away for you, is it? Can't say I've ever been there. Hold on. You try to contact your distant advisor through thought alone while keeping Apollo distracted. Psst. Hey, Nats, can you look it up for me? Already on it. You hear the sound of fast typing on the other end of the call. Yeah, the address checks out and so does the name. It's a pretty high-rated cafeteria in the old part of the city. Odd, the reviews are really high compared to all the other shops in the area. Strange, it doesn't add up one bit with Apollo's earlier description of the place. Perhaps he's mixing it up with another locale. And yet he seems pretty convinced that he's telling the truth. You suppose there's no harm in checking the place out yourself? I see. How far is it from here? It's about 15 to 20 minutes on foot, give or take. Shouldn't be a problem to get there. It doesn't sound like a huge undertaking, all things considered, though you'd have helped him regardless. You definitely feel a lot better about this little favor between friends. You turn to speak to your Caprine friend once again, a more confident gaze in your eyes. That seems reasonable. I should be able to get there in time. Really? Thank you so much. I owe you one, Isaac. Don't sweat it. Like I said, it's not a bother or anything. Even so, I'll be sure to return the favor sooner or later, assuming I remember. Maybe next time you come over, I could cook one of your favorites for dinner. Now that's a courtesy you could get used to, though you probably shouldn't take advantage of the poor boy like that. I appreciate the offer, but, well, we'll talk about this the next time we see each other. I'm gonna go now. Take care, alright? You too! Let me know what Daphne thinks of this Coscus. How do you I'm searching that. Wait a minute. Everybody hold. Give me a couple of seconds here. Literally real time. I am not gonna, you know. No. Let's continue. Of course. Catch you later. Upon leaving the apartment, Natalie addresses you once again. Speaking of, you still haven't told me anything about Apollo's sister, even though we've practically been talking about her the entire time. Couscous. Oh, or couscous. Couscous. Oh, it's a North African similar. Oh, great. So, rice. No, it's. I don't know. What is that? That's interesting. Somebody check that out. What's she like? You're not quite sure how to answer that question. That girl managed to be so many things at once. It's hard to sum it all up in one word. Just kidding. She's something, alright? She can be pretty difficult sometimes, but she can also be pretty cool when she wants to be. Though I hardly spent enough time with her to know for sure. Maybe you'll be able to get a good look at her yourself once we see her today. Of course, now let's get going. I can't wait to meet her. With Natalie keeping your thoughts busy, you once again ascend the staircase leading out of the building, and there's a motorcycle down the road. Vroom vroom, heading towards the cafe you've heard so much about. Sorry, the background noise. You calmly trek through the city in search of Daphne's workplace, careful of your surroundings like never before. The thought of somebody jumping you when you least expect it, like Jasper foretold, is actually going to haunt you for a long time to come. Luckily, you have Natalie by your side to keep track of where to go while you focus on your surroundings. You've never been down these streets, and you most certainly never visited the bar that Apollo's sister works at. You wonder what sort of place it'll turn out to be. After a brief journey on foot, however, you finally have an answer to your boundless curiosity. Cool place. The Blue Cloth is located in the busy corner of a small plaza you've never heard of, near a shimmering boutique and a colorful flower store. Yep. In spite of this locale's name, the color that dominates the view the most is red, which gives the place a warm, soothing atmosphere that you weren't quite expecting. Endless rows of tables lay in the space before the entrance proper, with most of them already occupied by young, dapper-looking people who seem very at ease amongst the elegant but relaxed environment. You wager the interior of the locale is just as packed as the exterior is, though you doubt you could get close enough to check without causing a stir. For now, you simply take a look from afar, ever cautious of the people present. Overall, this doesn't look like an awful place to stop and have a meal at. It's definitely nothing like how Apollo described it back at his place. Yeah, this place looks like it's popping, man. It's the place to be, the place to go. So this is where Daphne works. Weird, it looks so ordinary. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. I just thought that this place looks nothing like how I pictured it. For a place with such stellar reviews and so much public attention, I thought it'd turn out to be some kind of high-end establishment. Maybe it's an oldie locale restaurant, as they say, or a place where lots of people go, the food's good, the place feels right, and the atmosphere is just right. But this looks just like any regular bar, Natalie said or argued. It is quite strange indeed, especially considering what Apollo told you about this place back at his apartment. The inconsistencies keep piling up. Yeah, I had similar thoughts as well. This doesn't look like the hellhole Apollo described in the slightest. Then again, he was allegedly going off of Daphne's descriptions alone. It's possible that the human may have exaggerated some things to her brother and that he took her just as real complaints. Though it's too early to say for certain. Exactly, we're talking about people working here. There's a difference between eating at a place and working at said place. It could be you're doing your best, you're tired, you're giving your best, you're getting yelled at, you're getting done all over by your co-workers and whatnot, and yet the customers are just okay, you know, they're chill. The service industry, man. Not good. It's possible that the human may have exaggerated some things to her brother. Okay, going back to what I said earlier about the service industry, I'm just saying it's not easy. And that he took, okay, going back to the game, sorry, once again. And that he took her just as real compliments, though it's too early to say for certain as to why this place is apparently so popular. Maybe they have some sort of unique quality that's not immediately apparent. Maybe. I think I'll go look up the reviews while you search for your friend, if that's alright. The K9 immediately gets to work, tapping at her keyboard, only to suddenly stop a few seconds later. Actually, scratch that. Mary just sent me a bunch of documents she wants me to sort through. Probably some stuff that she can't deal with right now. What with her being busy tracking down those synthetic bodies and all? You know about that? Yeah, Mary told me about it last night as soon as she learned about it. I guess that if she sent these files over to me, she doesn't have anyone else available to take care of them right now. In theory, I'm supposed to give priority to you, but if she doesn't do this now, she'll have to do it later, and it's possible that this might impact her schedule somewhat. Truth be told, you don't really need the K9's assistance at present. It'd be impolite to force her to stay when you have no need of her services. It's alright, I can just look those reviews up on my own later on. If I were you, I'd just focus on those documents. The K9 seems glad to hear you suggest that, if only a little reluctant. Are you sure? I don't want you to feel like I'm abandoning you or anything. You're not abandoning me. You're just taking a momentary break to deal with something important. Not really a break, more like more work. Don't worry about me and take care of that stuff right away. I can look after myself until you're back. Hearing the confidence in your voice, the Labrador finally concedes to your suggestion. Alright then, I'll be right back. Stay safe. After these words of farewell, you can't hear anything else coming from the dog's side of the call. You're now officially on your own, at least until she returns. You should probably start looking to fulfilling Apollo's requests. You didn't come here to idle about after all. Sorry. You take a long look at the cafe and at the people around you. Unfortunately, no matter how far you look, you can't find a trace of the human you're looking for. There are many waiters attending the tables outside, but none that resembles your friend. Maybe she's working inside? Wouldn't be a bad idea to go check that out. However, the curious and often unfriendly looks that the patrons and waiters are already casting in your direction are more than enough to stop you. You don't feel comfortable enough to navigate this crowd in search of Apollo's sister as it is. It'd probably be wiser to wait outside for her to show up on her own and deliver the lunchbox as soon as she does. With this idea in mind, you pick the closest available table, which luckily happens to be the one least surrounded by other customers, and sit down. But that's cool, you know, that's cool for Isaac. Nice, comfy table for his own. With some luck, it won't take long for Daphne to show herself, or at the very least, someone who can point you in her direction. Now we wait. Eventually, a small, slender, and fairly young waiter finally notices you amidst the crowd, his white muzzle only growing paler as he does. At first, he ponders whether it's a wise idea to approach a Chad like you at all, but he ultimately resigns himself to his fate. He takes a small tablet out of his pouch as he walks closer to your table. The waiter, a dragon, approaches you with his uncertain steps, clearly a little thrown off by your peculiar disposition. I get it, he's built different. Isaac is built different. He's a beast. Not that his is any less peculiar by any means. Though dragons are far from uncommon, you've definitely never seen one so colorful and unique before. It's like a star dragon. The shapes and tones that adorn this person's fur, another feature that is uncommon amongst his species, are completely unlike anything you've ever seen. You simply cannot imagine them to be natural. He's also much shorter than most other drakes, certainly much smaller than Jasper, and much cuter. Whoa, don't be down bad, Isaac. Though that goes without saying. You'd certainly be surprised by this uncommon sight. Were this your first time seeing a furred drake in your life? However, you quite vividly recall an old friend you used to hang out with that looks somewhat similar to the man before you now. Maybe that man is him. Questionable main colors aside, may I help you? His voice betrays his fear in spite of how hard he's trying to keep himself composed. You can hardly blame him. You're almost twice his size and much scarier to boot. Not as much as that hardened guy, though that is hardly any comfort to either of you. You can only hope that he realizes you're not a threat on his own before he starts having a panic attack. Yeah, I'm just about ready to order, may I? Hearing you speak seems to shock and surprise the drake greatly for some reason. He raises an eyebrow for a moment as if gauging something that not even he seems to clearly understand, until he realizes that he's gone too long without answering, and moves to correct that mistake. Of course, what will you have? You. Hey, Riz game. Now that's actually very rude if you're gonna... I'll be having you, actually, that does seem rude. Think about it. You're just doing your job. Someone's flirting you. Not the right time and place. Sorry. Unless you know the person. If you don't know the person, don't. You had the chance to look up at the cafe's menu with Natalie while you were heading here, so you have a vague idea of what you want to try. I think I'm gonna order some nachos with chili and sour cream. A handful of chicken sticks. Or maybe your... Hey, calm down everybody. The drake begins tapping his tablet with his fingers as he lists your orders, while being careful not to damage its surface with his small claws. However, his gaze remains ever fixed upon you. A glass of cola? Odd, you cannot seem to look away from this strange waiter either. Something about his looks thoroughly captures your attention, and you find yourself studying him from top to bottom like a student reviewing their notes before a big exam. Oh wait, hold on. Is something wrong? His species, his stature, what little you've heard of his voice and his attitude so similar to his, it's also strangely familiar. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry up. Is it his friend? That's nice. I like it. Give some Isaac break. Man felt abandoned when he was dying, and when he was dying, he felt like he was clutching to his last hope of being a synthetic, and now he's getting being racially discriminated. Or synthetics, I guess they are a whole new race, so yeah. There's no way the conclusion you reach can be true, and yet you cannot stop yourself from shouting it at the clueless waiter before you. Nem? Huh? Your sudden exclamation almost causes the young Drake to drop his tablet to the floor, but he somehow manages to catch it mid-fall before he could reach the ground. Even so, that device is far from his biggest concern now. The dragon looks thoroughly shocked, like someone just drew a gun on him. Do I know you? His question dispels all doubts in your mind and fills you with unbridled happiness. Aw, that's wholesome. It really is him, Nemerin, your old friend from high school and college. It's been almost half a year since you last saw him, though, and yet this is definitely him. I'm so glad. Last we spoke was ages ago. I know it's been a long time and that you likely forgot about me by now. I'm so sorry, that was all my fault. But now that we have a chance to talk again, I can't do what exactly? Oh great, his doubts are getting him. No. You're not quite sure. It's been so long since you last saw each other and so much has happened. Your malady first and foremost. That your malady? No. That cancer truly did destroy your life. It forced you to abandon your college, abandon your friends, abandon everything you knew, and all you got in return was a cold hospital bed. I mean, it's not his fault, man. It messes with you. I guess I'm a little bit like that. I kind of have a regret on ghosting a lot of people because I was in a really bad time. Pretty much put my life in a weird spiral of just messes. I did myself, so can't really blame anyone. So now it's kind of hard to come back, talk to them. It's a mixture of regret plus I don't know what to talk about. We're still living close. A lot of those things go through your mind. Nem was there for you at first, calling you every day after school to catch up, trying to make you feel like everything was going to be alright, like you were just a few steps away from returning to your normal life. But in time, that hope disappeared alongside all of your chances at survival. When contact between you two abruptly ceased one day, you didn't even try to find out what happened. You thought of him a couple of times when you weren't thinking of your impending doom. But every time that happened, you told yourself it was better off without you, that it was better to cut all ties with the rest of the world early before it was too late. I get it, you didn't want to hurt anyone. You didn't want to be the downer of everybody's party or life. You know, like, hey, I'm dying. Woohoo! Surprise! And so your friendship died alongside your old body. Another remnant of your past pushed back into the depths of your memory in a desperate attempt to numb the pain. Is it even fair to call him your friend after abandoning him so carelessly? After not even trying to reconnect following your transition in spite of how much you wish to start over with everyone who wants to? Nah, I get you, man. Oh my god, this game is hitting me hard as well. The only answer you can come up with is a resounding no. I guess it doesn't really matter after all. I should probably... Wait, that voice! I know that voice! Aw. Oh god, I'm gonna cry, everybody. This is you're about to bolt from your seat, your head once again stuck in a never-ending loop of fears and past regrets. Oh no, you hear the Drake's inquisitive voice shout at you once more. You turn your gaze towards the Drake, half panicked and half hopeful, only to find his eyes burrowed into yours like a scholar trying to decipher the hieroglyphs of some long-lost civilization. It's not quite the same voice as I recall, and your looks are most certainly different as well, but... Isaac? Nem sounds just as shocked as you were upon first realizing his identity, but... There's more to his tone than that. It's been so long! He also sounds happy, glad, relieved. You kind of feel a little embarrassed right now, truth be told, and very ashamed as well. Yup, that's me, I think. I know there's a lot to take in, but... You can say that again, it feels like I'm living in a dream all of a sudden. But as crazy as this all sounds, there's no mistaking that voice. There's no mistaking it, that's for sure. The way you said my name like we're calling an old friend. Everything just clicked all of a sudden. I know it's you in there now, Isaac, and you have no idea how happy I am to see you, friend. Oh God, I'm dying. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm ending this video, everybody, on a high note, and hopefully it continues for a couple of episodes or something. We'll see you in the next episode of No More Future. Stay safe, everybody. Good luck on whatever you're doing. Bye!